Good day, everyone. It's Instructor Loons here from Blue Chevron. So today I want to take you through a scenario which seems to dribble quite a few people on our roads. What I've got here is an on-ramp. It's a two-lane on-ramp. It goes from two-lane to one, and it joins a two-lane freeway. So if you're looking here, this is our vehicle here. It's traveling this way, merges, and then goes on to join the freeway up there. Okay, so you've got a vehicle on the right hand lane on the on ramp, and then on the freeway itself, lane one, you've got one, two, three vehicles, and this is the second lane here. So I'm going to take you through to explain what is happening on the board and what the K53 procedures are when you are merging onto a freeway. So obviously with the freeway, your speed and how you merge when you get to the merging point here will depend on the traffic that is on the freeway. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm talking about free flowing traffic. So this is not 7 in the morning or 5 p.m. In Gauteng. This is free flowing traffic, lunchtime in PE. You are free to go. The cars are doing 120 on the freeway, and you need to get up to 80 kilometers per hour at least on the on ramp. Okay, so if you are vehicle A, which is over here, okay, we're traveling up in this direction. At this point, you need to accelerate, get through your gears from first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, all the way to 80 kilometers per hour before you reach the merging point at the top here. Okay, and the reason for this is because the guys that are already on the freeway here are doing at least 80 kilometers per hour and up to 120 kilometers per hour. So in order for you to merge at this point smoothly, you need to at least be matching that speed. Okay, so we don't want to come here and start braking. Okay, so the procedure is accelerate, get up to speed. As you get to this point here, you want to start indicating to the right hand side, and this is specific to the coasting off on ramp for the test. So as you get here, you observe inside mirror, over your right shoulder, indicate, and then accelerate to get ahead of any vehicle that might be in this second lane, and then come and merge here to be in the center of your on ramp before you join the freeway. Okay. If you are vehicle E here, you need to accelerate to get yourself ahead so that you can merge freely. If this vehicle on the left is slightly behind you, you need to accelerate to get ahead of it. If it's already slightly ahead of you, then back off your accelerator a little bit and allow them to merge in front of you. And the same goes for you in the blue Chevron vehicle here. If you've got a vehicle to your right and it's slightly ahead of you, then you can back off and merge in behind them here. Or if they are slightly behind you, then you accelerate to get ahead of them. So that's how you deal with vehicles that are on the on ramp itself. If the on ramp only has one lane, then there's no overtaking here, please, at all. You need to queue behind each other. And this can become a problem if the vehicle ahead of you is not accelerating. Um, so if you've got one of those people who just sit on the on ramp at like 40 k's per hour, what you need to do is back off a little bit, kind of try and wait, and open a gap between you and them so that you can at least pick up your speed to be able to join here. What you shouldn't do if you are following another vehicle here, like vehicle E, when you get here, you should not overtake this vehicle. You need to allow them to merge into lane one, and then you go behind them in lane one. And what you should definitely not do when you get to this point is cut straight across to lane two. It's very easy to miss a vehicle that's here in lane two if you are cutting across because your mirrors are pointing the wrong way here. So a lot of accidents happen when people don't settle down into this lane and they cut across straight into lane 2. That is very, very dangerous. Okay, now when you get towards the end of the on-ramp here, you're going to have a dotted line, which is the entrance to the freeway. This is where you will yield if traffic is heavy here. Okay, so you will have to come to a slow crawl or a stop here if it's really heavy traffic. But as I said, in our scenario, the traffic is moving freely. So as you get to here, you are indicating to the right, you check your right blind spot, and then you merge smoothly and continue to accelerate up through your gears. If you want to change lanes to go from lane 1 to lane 2, you need to first establish yourself in lane 1, keep your indicator on, observe to the right, and check your right blind spot, and then you can move across. If you note here, you will see we've got a broken line here, which means people in this lane can move across, but people in lane 2 cannot move across to the left. Which brings us to these vehicles that are on the freeway already. Okay. If you are in vehicle B here, the green one, as you're approaching the merging point up at the top here in lane 1, you need to check to see how many cars are on the on-ramp and think about how they are likely to affect you when you get to the merging point. If you can see that you've got a potential clash at the top here, your first option is to observe and indicate and then go over to lane 2. Second option, if you cannot merge safely here and you cannot change into lane 2, maybe because it's busy, then you can either accelerate to get ahead or you slow down, but that is the last resort. We're trying to avoid slowing down on the freeway if at all possible. So rather, accelerate, get ahead of the person that's merging, or change to lane 2 to make space for them, or as a last resort, then you slow down and you slot in between the vehicles that are merging here. Remember, you have right of way, but we obviously have to work together to make sure that we can merge safely here. So if you can make a gap by accelerating, moving over, or just slowing down slightly, then that's what you should be doing in this space here. What you shouldn't be doing is to sit here while you've got someone that's moving into the lane. Okay, so again, same scenario for vehicle C here. If you are in this position, you need to be looking ahead to see how these vehicles are likely to interact with you when you get here. And the same thing applies to vehicle C. You can either accelerate to get ahead, change into lane 2, or slow down to make a space. Okay, so if you are in lane 2, you have to stay in lane 2 all the way until the solid line ends after the on-ramp. You should not be changing lanes opposite that on-ramp because we need to leave this space for the people that are merging in order for us to move on safely. Okay, so I've got a video in this where I'm actually demonstrating it in the vehicle. So if you want to learn more about driving on the freeways in South Africa, just go ahead and search driving on the freeway on our YouTube page. Yeah, and if you need help with driving in PE, let me know. I'm available on WhatsApp 084 784 9280, and that's Instructor Lungs. Safe driving.